everybody, how's it going? We're going to be talking about pineapple scents from different price ranges. So these can fit anybody's budget. The first one I'm going to recommend is Club de Nuit Intense Man. Now that is a dupe of Aventis. I don't have that one in my collection right now, but that is a fragrance that performs easily past 12 hours. The only downside that I see with it, honestly, is people might critique that the pineapple is a bit synthetic. But I mean, let's be real, we're talking about a $35 to a $45 fragrance for a full size. So if you want context on what the bottle looks like, just imagine an all black bottle and it looks just like this. So I'll put all the names of the fragrances and the discount site links in the description. So with fresh pineapple scents, the reason I want to do this video is because, first of all, they're super popular, right? At least in the fragrance community. And they smell fantastic. Lots of people get a bunch of love when they wear their pineapple scents. It's something you feel confident wearing, but you also know when you're around other people, they'll think it's really sexy as well. Now you can argue about whether or not you think they're too played out or they're basic at this point. But for me personally, I don't smell a lot of pineapple scents when I go out. I mainly am smelling Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel. Those are the two that I always can count on. But I'm the only one that has ever worn a pineapple scent that I've smelled out in public, for the most part. It can just be different depending on the areas you live. I'm in Southern California, and it's just Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel central down here, at least where I'm at, all right? Now, we're gonna kind of move up in price because that was $35, and we're gonna jump to an $100 fragrance. Sometimes it's at, I think the tops I've seen Cedrat Bosé at is $120, but I've seen it at $89, $90. I think right now it's around $95 for a full size. And to me, I don't get too much fresh pineapple with this. I mean, it's there a little bit, but it's just a really fruity type of fragrance. It kind of smells like walking in Jamba Juice, if we're being totally honest. But this also has insane performance. When I wear this fragrance, I still smell it on myself after a day. All right, and I'm talking just with 5 sprays of this scent. And usually with fresh and clean fragrances, people like to overspray them. And even me, myself, I don't mind overspraying them. But everything that I've mentioned so far, from Club de Nuit Intense Man to Cedrat Bosé, do not need to be oversprayed because they perform. Now, with the dry down of Cedrat Bosé, it smells more like it has a bit of this woody sort of base. All right, that can go a little bit more masculine. It's marketed as a unisex fragrance, but on me, it smells very unisex. On my sister, when she wore this, it definitely smells very masculine on her skin, so she doesn't like wearing this one personally. But with Club de Nuit Intense Man, on me, it's a musk type of dry down, so I really enjoy that one as well. But Cedrat Bosé is definitely a fragrance that when I wear it, dude, I wear it for like the next several days because I remember how much I love it. This thing is a fantastic signature scent. And to be totally real with you, all the fragrances I'm going to mention in this video are all great signature scent fragrances. They smell fantastic. So Cedrat Bosé, this one's in the $100 range. Okay, we're going to step it up in that $240, $250 range. Or you know what? Hold on. Let me grab Elysium real fast. And I'm only saying, if you're looking at Elysium, you're like, holy shit, no, that thing is $300. I know with the discount site link that I'll have in the description, for the tester, it's $200. So I'm going to put this one first. If you're interested in the tester of this, $200. Now this also, the fresh pineapple scent, but it also has this added lemon cocktail sort of smell as well, which drives me wild. I really, really, really love the scent of Elysium. Like, it's just really sexy to me. It's just, gosh, to me, some people think that this is more fruity. For me, it goes a little bit more citrusy than fruity, in my opinion, but I cannot get enough of this juice. Now, for me, I do get solid performance with this. I could still smell it on myself past like that 7-hour mark, but on a lot of people, they only get like less than 3 hours of this. So that's the downside. Like, I don't want to say what like my wear time of it is normal. You know what I mean? Because for me, I think I'm an outlier in that regard. most people, at least the ones that are always commenting in my comment section, say they get trash performance off of this. But for me, no. This shit holds really well. But just be cautious of that, okay? So definitely if you can find Elysium for a good price, like I said, I'll have mine for $200, but if you can find it even better than that with a discount site that you trust and that you love, go for it. You know what I mean? Because the smell is just, it's great. And plus, I mean, I don't mind overspraying this, especially when I'm going out, but I do about like 5, sometimes 8. If I'm going out, then I'll do 8 sprays of this fragrance if I'll be outdoors all day. But nonetheless, Elysium, like I said, fresh pineapple with that lemon cocktail vibe, and it has I guess a little bit of a clean musk dry down, but for the most part, it's a fairly linear fragrance, and I like that because the opening is what I love the most about the scent. So I like that it has that, I like that the opening kind of remains the same. It's pretty linear. All right, Elysium around the $200 range for the tester. Now, in that $240, $250 range, we've got Synth of Piece. Now, I am going off of like the links that I have in the description as of right now, so hopefully, like, if you watch this years from now, the price might have fluctuated, or I hope that it doesn't. But this is a recent fragrance I threw on today. Today is my first day wearing this scent, and it has been no problem going past 8 hours. Like, I have a strong feeling this thing can perform past 12, and I only sprayed it on skin. I didn't spray it on clothes. So I'm very impressed with how this fragrance smells, and I really do like it. It's very lively, it's fun, it's current, it's modern, and at the same time, it's extremely likable. And this is something that all ages, in my opinion, can wear. I think, to be real with you, all of them that I've mentioned so far, you know what, with Elysium, actually with this one and with Elysium, I don't really see them as teenage sort of fragrances, even maybe in the young 20s, just because for the most part, niche fragrances that are over $200, a lot of teens and people like in college aren't willing to drop that sort of money on a fragrance, which is understandable, right? But I mean, 25 and up, like those are the people I would most likely see wearing these fragrances, if I can envision it, because, you know, they have a little bit more, like, you know, they've worked a little bit more experience with that sort of stuff. But shit, if you're 18 and you're hustling and to you, $200 is nothing for a fragrance, props to you, you know what I mean? But yeah, this here is just no complaints so far. No complaints. Now with this scent, it does have that fresh pineapple, but I get a little bit of Dior Sauvage-ness on my skin, just a little bit of it. It's barely there. It's something that I picked up, and ever since I picked it up with my nose, like, I can't shake it. But it's not, trust me, like, if somebody comes up to you, they're not going to think you're wearing Dior Sauvage when you have this fragrance on. But for me, being the wearer, it's just something that I'm like, I'm getting a bit of an Aventis Cedrat was a touch of Dior Sauvage sort of smell with this fragrance. And it's not bad. It's not bad. So the Synth of Piece, it's the masculine one. Bond number 9. And lastly, I'm going to mention, of course, Creed Aventis. I don't have that bottle in my collection right now, but Aventis, I've seen like the minimum around like 300. Well, the minimum I saw was like 335, but usually like 350 to 550. I've seen a bottle of it for $800. You know what I mean? And that is the trailblazer. That is the fragrance that birthed the popularity of fresh pineapple scents. I'm not saying it was the very first one to do it, but it was the one that made that shit go really mainstream. You know, when you say Aventis to somebody that knows fragrances, everybody knows Aventis. You know what I mean? But to me, I think it's really nice, but I got not the best performance with Aventis. And the thing is, the people that have messaged me about having older batches of them performing really well, it's just kind of hit and miss, I guess, with the type of batch that you're going to get from it, which sucks, you know what I mean? Because when you buy a fragrance, you want something that, like, especially if it's that pricey, you don't want to take a gamble of, oh, I hope this is one that would last long. You know what I mean? So that's the downside. And for me, I don't care too much about the smoky note in Aventis. I don't really find, like, I get the complexity, but I honestly enjoy so far the other fragrances that I have mentioned. But yeah, it's the OG. I gotta give it some love, you know. And before I forget, I didn't even see it because it was all the way up here. But Hachivat from Nishane. This fragrance, I think think it's in that $200 range as well. It might be underneath Synth of Piece or a little bit high. It's between the Elysium tester and Synth of Piece, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But this is an extrait, all right? So this lasts a long time, definitely over a day. I remember when I wore this fragrance, and I wore it fresh out the shower in the morning, right? And then the next day at 10 in the morning, somebody complimented me on this scent. They thought it was freshly sprayed. Like, this was going. And she was probably like a couple arms lengths away from me, which was crazy. So you didn't even have to be close to me to still smell this. So this is a fragrance that even when you shower, like, and you're scrubbing yourself with that washcloth or that loofah, whatever you're using, there is a high concentration of perfume oils here that will stick and latch to your skin. So you are going to get something that will perform. You can wear this all seasons, all occasions, but the dry down for this is oak moss. And that, I have found out from people that have been messaging me, is not like, it's very hit and miss. For me, I love this fragrance. All the reactions I've gotten from it have pretty much been the same as myself, where they love this scent. Specifically women, they really like this scent. But a lot of the guys that have like messaged me have said that the oak moss smells bad on them. So I don't know if that's, well, with their particular skin chemistry, or if it's more prominent with men that they'll get that kind of oak mossy, moldy-ish dry down. But for me, I do get some oak moss, but it's like tasteful. It's not off-putting by any means. But this is no joke. So if you kind of want a little bit of green, the pineapple with green, then go for this fragrance. Pineapple with smoke, go for Aventis. Pineapple with some musk, go for Club de Nuit Intense Man. Jamba Juice, pineapple with wood, like a woody base dry down, then go for Cedrat Bosé. If you honestly want something that has a touch of that, well, like, like an Aventis Cedrat Sauvage, go for Synth of Piece. And if you want the lemon cocktail, fun, flirty, fresh pineapple, then go with Elysium, all right? Again, I'll put all the names of the fragrances and the discount site links in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I do love great pineapple scents, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Take care. Bye.